My camera needs to focus. I hope you're all well. It is the 9th of October. It is 8:37 a.m. in Melbourne. And I've got some news. So I've just come live. I'm not one necessarily to jump on all the gossip. But I thought that this was very interesting because we've been wondering about the timing of Bruz's resignation. We've had rumours. There's talk of an alleged affair. Remember, everything is alleged. We don't know. We don't know at this stage what's happened. However, the Daily Telegraph has produced an article this morning, and I saw something on Twitter. So the plot is thickening, but it says John Barilaro and wife Deanna have separated. So allegedly, he's telling his friends that his marriage is over. Now, as I said, there are rumours of an affair. There are rumours of all sorts of things that are happening behind the scenes. So it says, a year after John Barilaro painted an idyllic picture of a blissful future retirement, spent gambling about his 105-hectare country property with his wife of 26 years, Deanna, and their chickens, the plans appear to have been in tatters following the word that New South Wales Deputy Premier has quietly separated from his wife. For weeks, the MP has been telling friends his marriage is over. Thank you, the Fox. This plays into the alleged affair. Remember, that's what we're hearing. The Barilaros, who have 3 daughters, are understood to have separated 12 months ago, reuniting briefly before separating again about 3 months ago. The MP is now living in a luxury apartment in Rushcutters Bay, while wife Deanna remains in rural Olin, 100 kilometres southeast of Goulburn, where the couple have a magnificent 260-acre estate. Deanna could not be reached for comment. The news of the separation comes as Federal National Party Barnaby Joyce was forced the rumour of Barilaro being linked with a woman on his staff out in the open. A furious Joyce reacted angrily when his 23-year-old daughter Bridget, an advisor in Barilaro's office until last week, was caught up in the speculation. Joyce publicly slammed the gossip concerning his daughter, calling it completely wrong, absolutely false and awful, and a devastating, soul-destroying, career-ending lie. He publicly put on social media platforms, including Facebook and Twitter, on notice, while privately, so we're here, urging Barilaro to go public and debunk the rumour. By week's end, Barilaro had still not done so, nor did he respond for a request for comment on Friday. Barilaro is known to take his privacy and his reputation seriously. He's currently suing YouTube personality Jordan Shanks, known online as Friendly Geordies, and Google for defamation after the site alleged in 2 videos Barilaro was a corrupt conman who should be jailed. Barilaro cited the defamation case as motivation for his resignation. As Barilaro's future, he's previously admitted to having designs on a career with the NRL or FIFA, a job he said would be fun. It's understood he has started to make inquiries about work outside of politics. It's expected the shiny member for the Eden Monaro with his aging QP doll, Demira, will also renew his association with the 2 private companies he passed directorship to Deanna in 2012. He's 49, I think. I think he's 49. Having survived the emotional heartbreak of repeated miscarriages, the Barilaro marriage beat corruption claims in 2016 after Deanna was accused of making donations to her husband's political party via the 2 companies, one which is a property developer. An investigation cleared Deanna of any wrongdoing. Deanna, who manages the family B&B, Dalgowan, in Owen, was also unscathed by reports her husband, then newly installed as Deputy Premier, failed to declare his business interest in a $1,850 a night 7-bedroom B&B with lake, boat shed, tennis court and pool, and oversight he represented a conflict of interest. He later registered the property. Interest in Barilaro's personal life follows his resignation from politics on Monday, and former Premier Gladys Berejiklian felt compelled to resign her post because she had serious misgivings about leaving the state of New South Wales in Barilaro's hands during the forthcoming ICAC investigation. Thank you to be trigger happy. Thank you. So what do you reckon? So it sounds like they've been separated for a while, hence why he probably. But as I said, there's allegations of the allegations of an affair and the allegations that there's a staffer that's pregnant. Is it how's he going to pay the defamation case if he's got to pay separation and all of that type of stuff? What are you thinking? What are your thoughts on it all? The plot is thickening the fox, eh? Well, Barnaby Joyce has come out and denied it. Barnaby Joyce has come out and denied it and has been very angry with the media for even suggesting it. I guess we'll find out. In 5 or 6 months. Thank you, Plan to Create. So he wants to work at the NRL or FIFA, hey? Apparently. Hello, Plan to Create. We've just discovered that it seems like the barrel arrows have been separated for a while. They separated and then they've reunited. And then they're separated again. So. Well, it's interesting that Joyce has come out. I mean, this. It says the news of the separation comes as Federal National Party leader Barnaby Joyce forced a rumour of barrel arrow being linked with women on his staff out in the open. He's told barrel arrow to come out in the open. Well, he hasn't. You think the theory's got... I rewound it. Okay, cool. So... And he was urging Barrel Arrow to go public and debunk the rumour. Now, the fact that Barrel Arrow hasn't said a word, does that mean that there's some truth to it? It says Barrel Arrow is also known to take his privacy and his reputation seriously. As I said, this is just a really quick live because I've just discovered this and I figured that we needed to talk about it now because it came out at 6 a.m. It was released. I know it's the Daily Telegraph, but I'd seen a couple of things over on Twitter as well, so I was looking for some backup for it. So it's very, very. I just think the more that we sit back and wait, the more we're going to find out. I think there's going to be. And anyway, this is well, he may, interestingly, is that if all of this comes out, he's going to come out, it's going to not look very good. So it says, so this was yesterday. Barnaby Joyce slams malicious false rumour of daughter Bridget's affair with John Barilaro. So this was yesterday. Today, the Deputy Prime Minister and National Party leader again hit out at the border problem in the scathing op-ed published in the Sydney Morning Herald. In the piece, he slammed the devastating, soul-destroying, career-ending lie about his daughter that sparked a national scandal and said it was time not only to protect his family, but so many other children from the literal filth that is the content of so many online platforms and their misprint authors. The interesting thing is, though, he denied he was having an affair too initially, wasn't he? Didn't he? Is that right? Thank you, Cooper.
you've obviously been pretty upset by them, right?
I'm not going to listen to that. I don't want to listen to him. All right. Barnaby Joyce has stepped up his attack on social media platforms and online trolls after one of his daughters became the subject of a devastating lie. Earlier this week, a vile false rumour emerged that Mr. Joyce's eldest daughter, Bridget, was in a relationship with outgoing New South Wales Nationals leader John Barilaro, who stood down on Monday. Bridget Joyce, who was described by colleagues as hardworking and admired, has worked in Mr. Barilaro's office since February. Mr. Joyce decided to speak publicly about the rumours yesterday, condemning them as utter rubbish and calling for action to be taken against social media giants which allow character assassinations to be published. He called out the people and organisations behind the likes of Google, Twitter, Facebook and TikTok that have made themselves rich beyond the comprehension in the business of providing these platforms, and argued it was their responsibility to crack down on inappropriate content on their sites. Well, they did. They stopped Sky News. Anyway, so he's saying it's not his daughter, but he wants Barilaro to come out and be honest about it. But what do you reckon? It's more interesting than Home and Away. You are correct, the Fox. It is much more exciting than Home and Away. So yeah, the rumor is that it is a staffer and that they've been reallocated to another office. That's the rumor that there is going around the place about this, and that we should find out in about 6 months. Oh, Shanks is going to be having a field day. I know. See what it is. Yeah, it's just. So is he going to now say that? Is he going to now complain about everybody that talks about his Home and Away has been rubbish for years? I'm just really not really sure how this all plays out, and the fact that Bruz is silent, I think is really telling, because if it wasn't true, why wouldn't you come out and say it wasn't true? Why would you come out and say that it's not true? Why would you? Why? If it, and then yeah. So yeah, so this is how I'm celebrating my birthday. I'm just like, I don't know whether this is all linked about all of that. So just also remember that these are allegations, they're rumours. Any ambos that have a day off, can you please drop around and check on Shanks? He might be on the verge of. Look, I think it's the other Plan to Create. I think, yeah, it's possibly that one. But I haven't tried to find out who she is. I know that you could find out, and it is known. But the allegation is that she's about 3 or 4 months pregnant. So we'll find out. We will find out, I guess, at some stage. Yeah. Talk about your world crumbling around you. And I thought the most interesting part of that article, I have to say, was this very last, and remember, this is the Daily Tally, okay? This is the Tally, all right? Keep in mind, this is the only place at the moment that has said it. I'm sure everyone else is going to jump on it. This, I think, was interesting. Interest in Barilaro's personal life follows his resignation from politics on Monday, and word former Premier Gladys Berejiklian felt compelled to resign her post because she had serious misgivings about leaving the state of New South Wales in Barilaro's hands during the forthcoming ICAC investigation. Because if she had stood aside as Premier during the ICAC investigation, Bruz would have been acting Premier. So her resignation then forced a new Premier. And I think this final paragraph is probably the most telling of it all. And I mean, the fact that he also didn't register his BNB, there is, until it was caught, he later registered the property. All of these little bits and pieces are little puzzle pieces in the full picture here that we're seeing. So she had serious misgivings. Yes, so his questionable boss didn't trust him. Yes, that is correct. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? I think that speaks volumes, actually. Really does speak volumes. It's also very scary to think about, isn't it? That, and again, they're allegations. Please understand that this has just been reported. This is straight from the Daily Tally, which, by the way, I have subscribed to because I've got to take one for the team. And it's this reporter here. She's a columnist here. So, bear that in mind. But it is all over Twitter at the moment, and I'm sure that Jordan Shanks will have something to say at some point in time. But it's from the Daily Telegraph. So you just bear all of that in mind when you're looking at this. But all the pieces are coming together. And in my opinion, all of this adds credence to Shanks's allegation, in my opinion. A crooked con man. I think all of this just gives Shanks lots of evidence to show that this guy is a little bit shady. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion. There's definitely lots of questions to be asked. Definitely lots of questions to be answered. And yeah. So there's another one here. Oh, look at this. So this is another one. Look at this. So this was. Oh, this is also from this morning. Barilaro's 2020 driving offences cost $10,000 in fine. He racked up more than $10,000 in driving offences between August and September last year, which led to the loss of his licence. No way. Former Deputy Premier John Barilaro was clocked at more than 30 k's over the speed limit when he lost his licence. The New South Wales Department of Premier Cabinet has released new details of the string of driving offences that saw Mr. Barilaro lose his licence in 2020. Between August 23 and September 11 last year, the Monaro MP chalked up 4 driving offences worth $10,485. Those offences consisted of 2 instances of using a mobile phone while driving, 1 incident of driving through a red light, the speeding offence, which happened after 9 p.m. Exceeding speed limit by more than 30 k's results in an instant suspension of licence for 3 months, according to New South Wales law. Are they? Old news? Okay. It's new to me. Opposition Transport spokeswoman Jo Halen said the community has an expectation that the former Deputy Premier of New South Wales lead by example and follow road rules, not break them. For most people in New South Wales, 4 traffic infringements in 3 weeks, including a massive speeding fine, means they'd lose their licence, but John Barilaro has the privilege of using his 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, taxpayer-funded ministerial driver. The former Deputy Premier has serious questions to answer. In 2020, details of Mr. Barilaro's road incidences were linked to the media around the time he threatened to blow up the coalition at the height of the brawl with the Liberals over the koala planning policy. This again gives more ammunition to Shanks. Driving instances involving ministerial cars are dealt with by the Department of Premier and Cabinet and are referred to the driver for payment as a private matter. At the time, the Sunday Telegraph revealed New South Wales Police Commissioner Mick Fuller referred the matter to the New South Wales Privacy Commission for a data breach. Of course he has. A commission spokeswoman said privacy breaches are a serious concern and require proper and appropriate consideration. The Privacy Commission does not make comments about individual matters. During his time as Deputy Premier, Bruz travelled extensively across the state. He was driving his ministerial vehicle at the time of the incidences. A spokeswoman for Mr. Barilaro said the topic was covered extensively last year. The Deputy Premier provided comment. He apologised, he paid a fine, his licence was suspended and has since got it back. This was reported on during his mental health break. It is not necessary to revisit. So there you go. So oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. So all of his looks like that they've released all the information now on that. So it's all, you know. So all of Bruz's dirty laundry is actually starting to come out now. All of the dirty laundry's coming out at the moment. So yeah. What's your thoughts? Anyway, I'll have to finish up in a minute because it's nearly 9 o'clock and I've got some things to do before I meet my family for lunch in the park. But thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes. See, I did come on. I may not be on. Oh, look, they generally try and hide them as much as they can. But look at the glee that they took over. Look at the glee that happened over Andrew's, getting caught without a mask. I have to admit, though, I don't. Sorry, I've just got a message. Yeah. So have a great day. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry. I just got distracted by a message. Who is not? No, Nightbot's just a spam filter panner. So yeah. Okay. But yes, I've come on live. But yeah, I'm going to spend time with my family today, lunchtime with my family today. So that's good. I haven't seen my parents for a few weeks because we're in lockdown, so we can go to the park. So that's good. Ralph, yes, Ralph. So, all right. Well, I'm going to catch you all later, and I will see you all again soon. Thank you for joining me, and we will catch up again. All right. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Thanks.